Her double masts stretch more than 100 feet above the Safe Harbor South Bay Marina.
This is the historic schooner Bill of Rights.
On deck, Navy Sea Cadets learn about seafaring aboard the 137-foot-long vessel inspired by an America's Cup schooner from 1858. But the Bill of Rights is quite a bit newer.
She was launched in 1971 in Bristol, Maine.
Don Johnson is the captain.
Our prime focus is youth training. And today we have U.S. Navy Sea Cadets.
Johnson says the Bill of Rights has called Chula Vista home for over a decade, offering sailing adventures, day charters, and educational programs.
We also take out junior Navy ROTC, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and other youth groups.
The learning happens above decks and below decks.
Okay, so in here, A compartment, we sleep 16 in this space here.
The ship is owned by the nonprofit South Bayfront Sailing Association. Johnson is the association's president. His wife Susan manages the finances and bookings for the ship in an office at the marina.
We consider this an asset for the community. A tall ship has been in the community since the marina was bought.
They say it's a volunteer-run operation. Revenues from the programs and some donations help pay rent in the harbor. But the Johnsons have dealt with some rough seas in recent weeks. They say last month they got a lease termination notice from Safe Harbor Marinas, the private company that runs the marina in Chula Vista. The Johnsons say they weren't given a reason.
When we got the letter, it was like a punch in the gut. In the first place, there really is no other slip to park the vessel properly.
Safe Harbor says their agreement permitted them to terminate the lease on 30 days' notice, and they chose to exercise that right. News about the notice prompted an online petition. It also drew the attention of local elected officials. Chula Vista Mayor John McCann sent KPBS a statement saying he hoped to work with all stakeholders to find a way for the Bill of Rights to keep her berth. And now Safe Harbor Marinas seems to be reversing course. In a statement of its own, the company says the Bill of Rights will remain docked at Safe Harbor South Bay and that the Sailing Association could disregard the notice of termination. Safe Harbor says they will do everything they can to help and support the schooner Bill of Rights. They say they're changing course in recognition of the current constraints on alternative options for the Bill of Rights. Susan Johnson says she's hopeful they'll be able to continue their programs, but they still need to figure out the details of what comes next.
We just got that they were canceling the letter, but they were going to work with us on rebirthing the boat, which means that they will, in my mind, it means that they will work on coming up with a place for us to berth and a contract, but there's nothing promised in it.
As details get ironed out, Susan says another group of Navy Sea Cadets will come aboard for training next week. She says the Bill of Rights will be busy with events through the end of September. Jacob Aere, KPBS News.